What's up, everyone? My name is Dane. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be going over a darkroom event that happened in Seattle back in October. This is the first photography event that I've ever been to. I had a blast. It was fantastic. So, unfortunately, I'm not really a video guy, so I didn't get really any footage of the event itself, but we are going to be going over the photos that I took during this trip. Unfortunately for me, I'm just too good of a photographer, and it was so difficult to narrow down the pictures that I wanted to show. I shot 8 rolls of film, which were 3 Cinestill 800 and 5 rolls of HP5. And this is what I got narrowed down to. So there are many more that I still like, but these are just my best ones. Now, this event was in Seattle, and I actually live on the other side of the state, right next to Idaho. So it was a bit of a drive for me, but that also meant that I got to drive over the North Cascades. So let's start our trip. So we start this trip by driving down Highway 2, which runs from Spokane all the way into, I believe, Everett. Yeah. Goes from Spokane to Everett. But I actually went over the North Cascades and not through Stevens Pass. So once we hit Grand Coulee, we take a right and we go around, and that will end up taking us to the North Cascades Highway. But before we got there, I actually found this old truck on the side of the road. Um, and just look at this thing. Um, I took 2 pictures of it from the outside, and I liked the center shot more than the angled one. But I also got some pictures of the inside, which I took on both HP5 with my Leica M4-P and Cinestill 800T with my Minolta Freedom Explorer Zoom. I actually took a bunch of photos on the top of Washington Pass, but I didn't really enjoy a lot of them except for these two. I love the framing of this picture with the tree on the right, and how the cascades cascade into the difference, and that you can see the highway in the bottom left corner. I also really like this picture. I have basically the same picture on digital, um, but this is just fantastic. The framing of the peak right in the middle there with the trees all around it, chef's kiss. Of course, the next stop had to be Diablo Lake, because what's a trip through the North Cascades without stopping at this fantastic lake? This has got to be one of my favorite pictures that I have taken on this trip, if not ever. The lone person standing here, right in the middle, tree, fucking clouds, the whole 9 yards, is wonderful. I love the framing of this picture. I love the layers of the mountains. It's just, it's great. This is a picture I got at the bottom on 800T. It's all right. I like the kind of weird blue colors that it has. It's not the best. The lighting is different and stuff because I forgot to make some clips. So if you see this lighting, these are my forgotten clips. So I'm so sorry. I love this picture. I have the crossbar of, or the A-pillar, whatever it's called, of my car is in the way. But because of that, I got a decent exposure of the sky, and you get these really, really nice streams of light coming down. Looks like there might be a light burn in the middle. It might be a fringe or something like that, but this is a fantastic photo. Once my drive through the North Cascades was done, I made my way to Bellingham to meet up with some friends for the night. And we stopped at Boomer's for dinner, which has these fantastic lights that, of course, I shot on 800T. After a night in one of the most uncomfortable beds I've ever slept in, I made my way to Seattle the following morning and got ready for the event to start. Now, there was a No Kings protest this day as well, so I was actually shocked to find that parking was really, really good. After I found some parking, I met up with a friend and we took a couple pictures at Pike's Place and then made our way down to the event. Once we got to the actual event, this is where the fun began. I took this quick photo here. It's all right. I like the colors of it. I like how deep the shadows are, but this is obviously a little underexposed. After that, I got to meet Caleb, which I'm sure most of you know who Caleb is. This is a fantastic photo of me. It's certainly a photo of me. I also got to meet Grainy Days, Mr. Jason himself. This photo is a little better of me, but our names are too similar, and I'm still waiting for his lawyers to contact me. So the event finally started. I took these photos here. I like I like this lady's face a lot, and the crooked framing of it. Here's Mr. Caleb and Jason in the crowd. Here's some more of the crowd. This guy had to share. He just had the biggest lens I've ever seen on one of the biggest cameras I've ever seen. Look, I had so many photos that had my finger in the frame that even this guy's disgusted with it. Somebody wanted to say hi. Do you have anything to say? Really? All right, once again, I just really like the framing of this photo. It's not the best picture in the lot, but obviously it's just one guy on a bike. There's nothing else around. It's pretty good. I don't have many photos of myself, so I did ask my friend to take a picture of me. I do wish that I would have asked for it in portrait, but still pretty good. I love the silhouette of this photo a lot. I didn't have a lot of 800T pictures that I ended up liking, but I did really like this picture. I like the tones of the everything's mostly this weird blue gray color, except for the yellow and the open sign. This photo is another one of those really nicely framed pictures. Even the light leak in the middle kind of adds to the vibe of it. But I just really like this. The guy walking, I think he was smoking after his break or something. This gave me flashbacks to an event I can't really remember, but it seems familiar. The newest addition to the Seattle Aquarium has an area that's visible from the outside. I just thought this was really cool. I also like the halation. I am a big fan of this picture. He was a riot, and as you can see, our fellow photographer was enjoying him quite a bit as well. I think that this photo really shows why I enjoy shooting black and white so much, and it's the the contrast is what I like to capture. He's in all dark clothes against a light gray staircase, and he's just so pronounced. This is one of the best photos from the trip, especially on 800T. Again, the dreariness of the entire photo, except for the pop of color in the middle with the people's coats. It's really, really fantastic. With that, our photo walk came to an end, and then it was time to go to Beers and Cameras. Before we headed over there, I befriended Mr. Jonathan over at King Japes, and we took a ride in my car up to the brewery, which was a pretty cool experience. It was really nice to be able to basically like get to know somebody that I've been watching for years. It was kind of surreal. I had to finish off this roll of HP5 at 400. So a lot of the photos I didn't really like how they turned out, but I do like these. And then once I finished off that roll, I was able to put in a new roll and push it to 1600, and that's when I got some really good stuff. This camera right here has a story behind it. Some of you might recognize this as what Mr. Grainy Days has, except his is in black. I met somebody who had the exact same camera in the exact same color, and he had his signed by Mr. Jason. So I had to get mine signed, and it's also signed by Caleb. It says, "To Dane, my lawyers will be in touch." So I'm still waiting on that. Here are just some random pictures from the beers and cameras that I enjoyed. I particularly like this one because of the flash and the halation of this guy's reflective zipper, but also it looks like this guy in the middle is transcending time and space. Finally, we got to the 1600 HP5, and this is where things really started to get interesting. The brewery here with, I don't know what these are called, but this shit looks really cool. Shout out to Stoop for letting us have this event as well. Here's my boy Jonathan. I really like this picture. The framing, the people on the couch, my boy Austin over here on the right, and the halation of this lamp is really, really nice. And last but not least, we got some more Jonathan. I ended up leaving the Beers and Cameras event a little bit early because I was going to my friend Sam's place to stay for the night, where we proceeded to get violently drunk. It was fantastic. Now, on the way home, I didn't go over the North Cascades because I was unbelievably hungover. So I took I-5 back, and this was at the top of Snoqualmie Pass at the little gas station that's there. This is underexposed. It was kind of cool either way. I liked this composition more than the horizontal one that I took, so this is the one that I chose. And this is the last photo I'm going to showcase. This is HP5 at 1600. I really, really like this picture. I like how it's composed. I like the sky is really dark at the top, and that the horses are barely visible. I think it's really nice. But this event was a lot of fun. These were just my favorite pictures from the trip. Most of my favorite ones were from my Leica, obviously. Leica and HP5 cannot be beaten. I made a ton of new friends on this trip. It was really nice to have the social interaction of talking to people who share the same interests as you, and I don't have this kind of connection with people in the city where I'm from. It was just a nice breath of fresh air to be able to enjoy this hobby with people who are also in it. I'm just really thankful for that. Shout out to Darkroom for putting on this event. And now I have to go to everyone that I can. It was so much fun. If you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. I had, of course, a blast on this trip. I made so many friends, and it was a great time. So thank you for watching the video. Like, subscribe, comment if you were there. It was really nice to meet you all. And I'll see you soon.